The opinions expressed in the video you are about to see are solely those of BoatTEST.com and its test captain.
In order to demonstrate to builders of large convertibles the advantages of installing the IPS 1200 system, Volvo Penta commissioned this 70-foot Spencer to be built with triple IPS engines and drives. Now, since this is the first installation on a production boat for these engines and drives, we need to first take in an overview of the layout. This Spencer 70 is powered by Volvo Penta's new IPS 1200 pod drives attached to three 900 horsepower D13 diesel engines. We have the privilege of having Clint Moore, president of Volvo Penta the Americas, with us today to walk us through this Spencer 70 engine room. Why go through all the trouble of creating everything from Volvo Penta when you can just get most of the things aftermarket?
In order to demonstrate the technology and the benefits of the system, we had to build a boat. You could not move into this class and category of yachts without having an actual demonstrator.
Now, the beauty of IPS is that it gives you so much more room to do what you want in the main living quarters, but they didn't abuse that on the Pentagon. They were able to add 9 feet of living space, or 168 square feet, but they didn't sacrifice space in the engine room, and that's a good thing. This can be seen in the master stateroom. The foot of the berth is where the bulkhead used to be. Now we have room for the berth plus the head on the other side of the bulkhead. With these engines in drive, how does she handle?
Captain Steve, I think, will notice when we're out running that this is a 70-foot, 100,000-pound boat that performs more like a sports car.
Here's a feature just for the sport fishermen in the crowd, an exhaust diverter that brings the exhaust out the sides instead of down the bottom. This will ensure a clear wake. In that manner, you're keeping the wake nice and clean and free of bubbles, not scaring the fish for a long way off. This system automatically shuts itself off at 800 RPM. There's a jack shaft running from the engine to the IPS drive, and surrounding it are these two white shrouds, and inside these white shrouds are the main batteries and the house batteries, and you'll find both of these setups on the outboard engines. Now, as I look at the forward part of this engine, I see two alternators. Both of the outboard engines will have dual alternators. One, of course, will be used to charge the house batteries. The second, on one engine, will be used to power the bridge. On the other engine, it'll be the house systems. This will give you power if you have a complete electrical failure, lose your generator and AC. You'll still be able to get home and function. The cockpit up above has 2 refrigerators and 2 freezers. The controls for both are here in the engine room. The 2 on the left are for freezers, the 2 on the right for refrigeration. On the forward bulkhead is a very clever use of space for the 2 generators. Here they're stacked one over the other and built into a custom-made framing system. Just to the left are the exhaust and intake lines and the intake sea chest. Right next to the generators are the fuel filters, right under this workbench. There are 10 in all, 2 for each generator and 2 for each of the 3 main engines. In this manner, the filters can be changed on the fly. You can easily access the filters themselves by lifting up the workbench top. Up above is a panel housing the ISIS system. It's an integrated ship information system. This is a repeater display. The master is a touchscreen display in the pilot house. Just below is a touchscreen monitoring system for the electrical systems, tank levels, and such. The designers are masters of creative use of space. These monitors are mounted to a panel that houses connector boxes that will rarely have to be accessed, so it made no sense to leave them exposed. Right next door is the 240-volt breaker panel, and then next door to that, the crew quarters. No self-respecting engine room would be without a toolbox, and right below are the pumps and filters for the chilled water system that cools the engine room when the boat is operating. This compressor controls the automatic systems like the salon doors, plus compressed air is a great tool to have in your toolbox. Well aft is a hose reel for the hookah system. This will allow up to 4 divers to access air from the system at the same time, with no need for dive tanks. In my opinion, the Volvo Penta and Spencer Yachts teams have created one of the nicest, if not the nicest, engine room layouts I've seen. Neat, clean, and orderly, there's a method and logical reason behind everything that was done. Well, that's our look at this unique engine room in the Spencer 70 Pentagon by Volvo Penta. For BoatTEST.com, I'm Captain Steve. We'll see you on the water.